just thought I'd just make a video for what's going on in 224 and what to expect. I'm looking at some videos and that, and of some channelers. I'm starting to get real sceptical of a lot of these people, because they put on this persona of, you know, like, and I was looking at religious stuff as well, and they think they're all righteous, and then you think these channelers are, you know, they pretend to be all spiritual and that, and I'm starting to just think it's all a crock of shit, really. And I was listening to some of their stuff, and it's all very similar, but there's nothing really detailed in it, and I've got so much information. I thought, well, I'm going to make a video. All right, so what I'm going to tell you is 224 is going to be extremely hectic. All right, but it's going to be different, very different for certain types of people. For instance, the Aware, it's going to be a really exciting year. All right, very exciting, because we're going to not only going to see, you're going to feel the energy, like start transferring into this new world type of energy. Now there was a massive awakening last year. It was October, November, December, and a whole heap of people woke up. Now for those people, it's going to be very different. It's going to be more of a real eye-opening experience, because say for instance when people start finding out, I mean a lot of people, well not a lot of people, but people are starting to know about the celebrities and you know, about the musicians all being into satanic stuff and child pedophilia and that. But when that really comes out, it's going to be a real massive eye-opener for people, alright? But now, so for those people just woken up, they're really going to wake up. Now I actually made a video about all this happening back in 2020, it's actually on my YouTube. And the main things I said was there's going to be a massive split between the 3D, those who are stuck in the matrix, and those who are going to be ascending into 5D. Now that is happening now, and it's quite clear. If you look at things like Facebook, or really Facebook, you look at the comments and there's a distinct difference now. You can see those people who are completely stuck in the matrix, and those people who, and they're starting to rise, you know, who are clearly not in the matrix. Alright, so I talked about that. I also said about this year is going to be there's going to be a massive influx of mental illness. It's going to run rampant, right? And you're going to find that all those people, you know, those people who talk about identify as, you know, there's 50 genders, and they talk about the trans and all that. These people are actually going to intensify, and believe it or not, they're actually going to get worse, all right? But what's going to happen is, because more people have woken up, you're going to see this push back to them, all right? So I do believe that all this crazy shit like the trans stuff and that, I believe it's going to get squashed this year. If it doesn't get squashed this year, it'll be over by next year or during next year. I've had to write stuff down because I had so much stuff come in. All right, so we had yeah, so the mental illness is going to go nuts. Oh yeah, and for the people who are fast asleep, what's going to happen with them is everything's going to intensify, right? So they're actually going to, basically they won't believe in anything they hear or see, because they are completely programmed by the matrix. And they don't even know it, but, and a lot of people don't know this, but the vax is actually creating a hive mind. So the more nanofibers you've got in you, so the more vaccines you've had, they're actually trying to connect you to a hive mind. Now, those people with lower vibrations, they won't even be able to fight that. But let's say you've had a couple, right? You've woken up, and it's not going to affect you nothing like it is to a lower vibration person who's had two, all right? So we're going to see this hive mind start to develop with the 3D, the people caught in the matrix, all right? And basically, there's an agenda, and these people will follow that agenda no matter what's presented in front of them. So basically, it's game over for them. So I made a post, and I talked about, I said if your friends or family haven't woken up yet, they're not going to wake up, and I believe this to be true. And I said that you're going to have to let them go. So you're going to have to let them go. There's going to be a massive, massive surge in death from the vaxxers, and it's going to get to a point where the media are no longer going to be able to hide it basically. It's going to become really obvious, and it's become really obvious to the people who have just woken up. It's going to be really, really obvious. All right, so we're going to have a massive amount of deaths from that. It's going to increase rapidly. But again, if you've had the vax, don't stress about it. Don't even focus any attention on it. This is all for a process to remove the lower vibrational people from this planet, so we can rise collectively and then build a much better place. All right. So there's that. What else am I writing here? Oh yeah, so for those people who are caught within the matrix, it's going to be like a doomsday year for them, okay? And some of them are actually going to think the world's coming to an end, and their world will come to an end, because we're co-creators, and people are really going to start understanding this. So for instance, the high vibrational people who are watching the events take place, and we're all getting excited because we're getting closer and closer. We're walking up those stairs to the ascension. It's going to be exhilarating for us. But when the lower vibrational people get all this information and they literally think it's going to be the end of the world, you're going to see, unfortunately, a lot of suicides. All right, and it's going to be quite rampant. Like I said, mental illness is going to go absolutely nuts, and you're going to find that these people are just going to start dropping off. Next year, there's going to be a massive reduction in population, and that will travel through to 2025, but 2024 is probably one of the biggest years for everyone, what they're going to experience. Right, what else have I got here? Oh yeah, religion is going to start going through an adaptation, because information is going to come out. The old information is going to come out, and basically it's lost information, alright? So you're going to find that certain pastors and priests are going to bring in this new information and start teaching it, those who are working for the light anyway, because there's a lot of religious people actually working for the darkness, and they actually know they're working for the darkness, because religious people aren't going to like this, but religion was created for a purpose, right? So certain things were taken out to create a narrative. Now this narrative was to divide and control and cause conflict. And they've done if you look back in history, they've done an amazing job to do that. Alright, so this is going to start kind of changing, because the good in religion is going to start bringing in this new information and start teaching out. So they're going to start adapting. And what I mean by that is like, basically, there's going to be additional information that's going to kind of like, if you look at religious stuff, there's a lot of holes in it. So they're going to fill these holes up, and they're going to come from completely different perspectives. So let's say they were teaching something before, and then they're going to be able to read something, come from a higher state of consciousness and go, oh, it actually means this, it doesn't mean that, because there was a narrative before. So in 3D, that's when you deceive, but 4D, which I've said before, is all about truth and transparency. So this narrative, or this deceitful narrative, is not gonna hold like it used to. So they're gonna come from a different perspective, and things are gonna actually start getting better. They're gonna adapt. All right. What else? Oh yeah, and you know when they talk about the Antichrist, all a crock of shit. There is no Antichrist, right? Basically, you got the Antichrist is within the person, all right? So if you continue to go down the matrix and the 3D, right, that's because you're coming from the Antichrist within. All right, now when they talk about Christ, it's the Christ consciousness, right? So that's 5D consciousness. So you've got two choices. You can either follow the Christ consciousness within you, or you can follow the Antichrist within you. All right, that's what it means. Yeah, that's right. So light workers and starseeds will be activating, so that complete the activation as regards to their missions. So they're really going to slot into their missions now. All right, and we're also going to get this massive connection. All right, basically everyone's going to level up. All right. And I've also got, depending on your vibrations, if you're extremely high, you will start getting ET contact. So for the very, very high vibrational people, it's all going to start, which is really exciting. Starseeds and light workers will start to receive their memories and get some very intense downloads this year. I forgot about that. There is going to be an explosion of fake religion and spiritual gurus. The pretenders that are working to push the false narrative. It's their last stand. So they're just going to, the darkness is going to give everything they got this year, but they're going to get absolutely crushed. Another thing. So for those people who are posting stuff and have been posting stuff for a number of years on the truth, that actually, you need to take a lot of credit for that, because that actually takes a lot of courage to do that, because you'll find that normal people don't have the courage to do that, because they're scared of the ridicule and what people will think of them, right? So if you're one of these people who have been really pushing the truth, you will start getting rewarded, alright? So you should be very proud of yourself for what you've done, because it does take courage. And I know there's a lot of you out there who are on my friends list and on Facebook and that, and you've been doing it, so yeah, thumbs up to you. What else have I got? I've got so much stuff here, I might have to make another video and kind of organise it a bit better. I just jumped on here today because I looked at some other videos and I thought, yeah, I'm starting to get suspicious of these so-called channels and that. Yeah, a lot of them are bullshit, I think. Yeah, so basically this year, don't get caught up in the fear-based stuff. I like to give analogies. So let's say, imagine this, right? You've got a staircase, a huge staircase, and there's the doors of ascension at the top, right? We are 1/4 of the way up the staircase, right? Now let's imagine these big staircases, little chaos happening around you, right? All you have to do is focus on those doors and just walk straight up. Now don't get me wrong, it's not going to be an easy journey, because there's a lot of stairs you've got to walk. But if you don't focus on the shit happening around you and just focus on those doors, you'll get there. So basically, focus on the world you want. No matter what is happening around you, yes, it's going to get a little bit hectic, alright? But you've really got to just focus and have faith in yourself, or faith in source, whatever, if that's better for you. But you've really got to understand that we are co-creators. So if you really truly believe that in the chaos, nothing's going to happen to you because you're protected, you actually create that. So to end this video, like I said, I've got to emphasise, do not focus on the negative, do not focus on the fear, don't even take any notice of that, and just focus on those doors and just walk straight up there, alright? And then you're going to be fine. So anyway, I might make another video later, but I hope that helps you, and have an awesome day.